everybody, and welcome again to another weekly Take 5 video. This is Mark Mannering from Class Training, and due to a number of requests from people out there, in this session we're going to be looking at some basic aspects of lookup formulas in Excel, and in particular vertical lookup or VLOOKUP formulas. Now what I've got here is just a simple spreadsheet I've set up. Obviously it's a pricing spreadsheet, and you can see there I've got product code for the particular product I'm selling. The product name will be entered automatically from the lookup formula. I've got the sale price and quantity sold and so on. And what I want to be able to do is to enter a product code there into cell B4, have the product name come up automatically. It will look up or report back the sale price of that particular product, and I can do a pricing calculation for my customer. Now, as most of you know, if we're going to be using lookup formulas where it reports back a particular cross-reference or related bit of information from what you've entered, we need some sort of a data store where all the possibilities are stored for us to look up. And just to make it a bit more organized, I've got a data store tab at the bottom of the screen here, and if I just click that data store tab, it comes up with usually what people can't see or can't have access to, but Excel is using this to report back the information. And you can see here I've got product code, product name and sale price, and there's a second little data store as well for the quantity sold and discount. So based on the quantity sold that I enter for my customer, it will look up or report back the particular discount they get from this data store. So what we're going to be doing is using these two data stores in the formulas for the VLOOKUP functions. And what we've done already is to set up cell range names to make referencing these data stores a lot easier. In the top left hand corner here in the name box, I've got a couple of references already. One's called shirts. So if I click shirts, it highlights that particular data store for the shirts, for the product code, their product name and sale price. And if I use another one or access another cell range names, I've got discount here, and the discount data store is selected as well. Okay, now the best way to try and understand how these lookup formulas work, and that's the main thing, people, it's not the mechanical steps and how we actually use these functions that's important. It's understanding how they work to begin with, and then you can use them more easily and apply them to your particular work. So for example, if we forget all about lookup formulas and try to do it manually ourselves, what I would do is go back to data entry, for example, the data entry tab, and there's my first code, GS-SS, which just stands for green shirt, small size. And what I want to do is to manually put into the product name its particular name from the data store. So to do this manually without any functions or formulas in Excel, what I would do is, first of all, number one step is to actually look up that particular code, or look at the code to see what it is. In this case it's GS-SS, that's the first step. The second step is to say, well, where do we look up? Where's the data store? So step two is to go down to the data store and try and find that particular code. This is part of step two. And we come down here and there it is there, it's GS-SS, and I found it. Then the third and final step is to go across and report back the particular column we want. In this case it's column B, and the corresponding name is green shirt, small size. Column B, in fact it's the second column, not just column B, but it's the second column in the data store. So I've found the actual product name. I'm just going to go Control C to copy it back to the data entry store. Click on that particular cell and just press enter to paste it in, and there's our product name. So that's doing it manually. So now in using the formulas for Excel, or using any Excel formula, I'm going to use the FX or insert function button, which is on the next to the formula bar here, just under the quick access toolbar. So if I click that, it pops up with a dialog box, insert a function. Now what I can do is search for a function, so I can look up, or enter, I should say, enter lookup as a general search. You can see VLOOKUP is there already underneath because I've already used that recently. But if I'm looking for a particular function, I can type in a keyword, press enter or click go, and it comes up with the related functions underneath there. So there's a function called lookup, there's VLOOKUP, haste lookup, and so on. What I'm going to do is use this to complete the formula. So I click on the particular one I want. I want VLOOKUP, and I'll explain why in a minute, why we need the VLOOKUP for vertical. Select it, click OK, and then the dialog box comes up again to prompt us for the right parts to enter into the different sections of the formula. And you can see the three areas there that we need to fill in. The three bold areas there relate to the three steps we looked at before when we did it manually. So lookup value, where the cursor's flashing, the lookup value is what are you looking up? The first step, I'm looking up the product code. In this case it's in B4, so I click on B4 and it puts it in. The table array, so what's the table array? That's the data store. Where am I looking up from? And one way to put that in, the particular name I've already set up, the cell range name, is to go to the Formulas tab at the top here and click Use in Formula, and I've got those particular cell range names already listed there. I just click on Shirts, and the shirt's name goes in. I don't need to remember the name and type it in. And then the third and final step is which column you're reporting. Now again, it's not column B, it's the second column in the data store where the name was listed. So we type number 2, and the dialog box here is good because it also shows you the preview of the particular result. Blue shirt, large size, which is BSLS on the left there. We click OK. And there's our answer, and you can see the formula in the formula bar at the top there. Now just quickly, why do we have to use a VLOOKUP? Now the main reason for that is if I go to the data store, the product codes that we are looking up and down, vertically up and down, we have to look up and down in the data store to look for the particular example that we've entered on the data entry tab. So because the possibilities are listed vertically in our data store, we have to use a vertical lookup. Okay, let's go back to the data entry tab and have a look at the thing working for us. If I just click there, and we can type in RS-SS for red shirt, small size, press enter, and you can see on the right there that it's picked up the particular product name. Okay, so here's now our completed spreadsheet with all the lookup formulas put in, and we'll quickly have a look at how all this works. If I just manually type in RS-SS for red shirt, small size on the product name, it will automatically update with this product name. You can see the sale price has changed there, and we can type in a quantity that the customer wants to purchase. So I'll type in 21. The sale price changes because it's based on the quantity and it's based on the discount that we've got in the data store, which is down here. So there's our quantity sold, dictating what discount they will get, and then we've got our total on the side there. So again, with the lookup formula for the product name, you can see up in the formula bar we have that first lookup we already put in. If I double click the formula on C3 for example, you'll also see the formula there, so you can read it much more easily. If we go to the normal sale price example, we've got again a similar thing to look up from B3, this time from the shirts data store where the pricing was again, and this time number 3 or column 3 is reporting back, which is the price. And the sale price there is actually using a lookup formula built into another combination of formulas. If I double click here to show you, I can use the lookup, the discount, and then include that into the pricing, and we've got a couple of formulas there combined to give us a final sale price in this case. And then finally, with the finished example here, rather than me manually typing in the product code, so that's what I was doing before, I was just manually typing in GS dash whatever it was, I've already set up a little drop-down validation in the product code here under B3. So if I click B3, you'll see a drop-down pop up straight away, and click the drop-down, and we've got a data validation drop-down here. Rather than manually typing in the particular code, I can just select the particular code I need, and it all feeds through into the lookup formulas to the right there. So we've got a much more user-friendly spreadsheet where we've combined a couple of features of Excel, lookup formulas and drop-down data validations to create our model spreadsheet that hopefully people can use a lot more easily. Okay, well thanks again. That's all we have time for this Take 5 video. We cover all this in our Excel Advanced courses, hands-on courses and webinars, so have a look at those on our website. This is Mark Mannering signing off until next time, and we'll see you again. Thanks very much for watching, and bye for now.